What is up, guys? This is Merc with the mic, and this is another Shell Shock podcast by Recycling Inc. I'm Merc with the mic. I'm joined by Tenacious T.
I am in the building, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes. This is our Shell Shock podcast. This is all things Ninja Turtle podcast by Recycling Inc. And today's cast is
Out of the shadows.
is the last of the Michael Bay production of Ninja Turtles, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Out of the Shadows.
I'm very, very happy that we're past this now. You know what I mean? As much as the second one was a lot better than the first one, it's good to move on. You know.
There was things I liked.
Well, I've been patiently waiting to get to the seasons. You know what I mean? So, I mean, we still got Batman and Ninja Turtles.
Batman and Turtles. We have the concert.
Yes, we have the concert, which I'm excited to watch that again.
And then I guess after the concert, we'll start season 1 of the original cartoon at 89.
Yeah, but isn't that only 8 episodes?
That's fine. We take it when it's good.
Hey man,
we could really decipher those 8 episodes.
Are those episodes like Attack of the Killer Pizzas and stuff like that? Or was that further along?
I think that's further along. There's a you know what? There's a chance that Attack of the Killer Pizzas is one of them. I know.
Now they didn't come out with a movie.
An animated movie? No.
Yeah, I thought they did.
No. They came out on VHS, but they weren't movies.
Yeah, because Attack of the Killer Pizzas was on one, and then I think the one with Bebop and Rocksteady when they tried to make more mutants and that bull, like the train wreck. I think they were on the same VHS tape.
So funny shit is back in the day when they did the VHS tape, there were only one episode per VHS.
Well, I owned a couple of them. I remember that.
Yeah,
I remember that. What was it? The THE or TH something that was at the end.
Is FHT? No.
It's something. I just remember it always being at the end. Like, what does that stand for?
Yeah, in the beginning too. They opened it. They opened the movie. I forgot the name of it. Anyway, but yeah, we will be going into the cartoons little by little, and we'll find new things to talk about. A lot of Shell Shock. We will keep going. We have the video games, we have comic books, we have cartoons. There's a lot of things in Turtles to go through. But yes, this is our final the final live action movie.
Well, I would also like to go back and redo
Turtles 1.
The original Turtles movie.
Yeah.
So I'll be excited to do that because that was our first one, and going back listening to it, it was pretty horrible. So.
Okay. So those are some plans that we have Shell Shock. So let's not waste some time. Let's get into the nitty gritty of the Out of the Shadows movie. So my first impressions of this movie was it was a lot better than the first.
Yeah.
That saying, there's still a lot of things I did not like, but it was a lot better.
Just because it was better than the first movie doesn't mean it was a great movie.
Exactly.
It just shows you that number 1 sucked.
Yeah. Our cast of characters are Megan Fox as April O'Neil, Will Arnett as Vernon Fiderick, which he wasn't that strong, a big presence in this movie.
Yeah, but he actually had more meaning in this movie than he did in the first one.
Yeah, he was a bit more fun too.
Yeah, in the first one, he was just trying to get in April O'Neil's pants the entire time, and he was like a little bitch. And in this one, he's the Falcon.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Which is an ongoing joke, which is, to me, was pretty funny.
Yeah, he pretty much took the credit for the Turtles' work, pretty much, and now that he's like a superhero for the city.
Gets the key to the city.
That's what
I love that scene. I mean, we'll get further into the scene, but at Madison Square Garden, that was too funny.
You had Laura Linney as Chief Vincent, which she's kind of like the FBI, or she's FBI. Or she was
I think they're like a just like government CIA kind of thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't think they actually are like a well-known one.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? More of like quiet, because I feel like everything that was going on was like probably highly classified.
Yeah.
So they're probably like Shield of this world.
Or like the
I would
Men
say.
in Black.
Yeah, something like that. Well, to an extent.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
We have Stephen Amell as Casey Jones. Noel Fisher returns as Michelangelo. Jeremy Howard returns as Donatello. Pete Posahik, he was in the first movie, but he just did the motion. So this time he's actually the voice of Leonardo. And Alan Richardson is Raphael. Tyler Perry is Baxter Stockman. Brian T is Shredder. Seth Furley, which is a.k.a. Sheamus of WWE fame for Rocksteady. And Gary Anthony Williams as Bebop. If you don't know who Gary Anthony Williams is, if you watch Boondocks, he was Uncle Ruckus.
Or he was the gay guy in Soul Plane.
There you go.
That's what I knew him from.
Yeah.
That and also Harold and Kumar Go to White Castle.
Yeah.
He's the guy that's in jail. He got beat up for being black.
Tony Shalhoub is the voice of Splinter. Peter Donald Babel. He has a long ass last name. He's the motion of Splinter, and then Brian Garrett turns in as the voice of Crane. I actually really like how they did Crane in this movie. I think that was one of the big highlights of this movie was the way Crane looked.
I completely agree with you. I think Crane was probably one of the strengths of the movie. Like, I don't think there was any boring scenes with him at all. The thing is that he was a lot smarter in this than he was in the cartoon. You know what I mean? Like, in the cartoon, like, he was smart, but he was still a little dumb at the same time.
I think Krang was smart. He just he relied on stupid people to do his job.
Yeah, well, it just showed you like the
incompetence.
How dumb Shredder was in the cartoons.
Shredder was just incompetent. He wasn't dumb. He was just incompetent.
You didn't listen to shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But you know where we have our strength. Like I like the way the turtles looked. You know what I mean?
They were better.
They were a lot better. They're not like grasshopperish, like humongous. You know what I mean? They look like in the first movie they were like 6 feet something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like they were huge. Like turtles are short. They're not big things. You know what I mean? You can't have them dramatically huge. So the fact that they scaled it down, I felt like it was a lot better. Like
it looked better too.
It definitely played well and it flowed better too. You know what I mean? But Krang was awesome. I liked the suit. You know what I mean? I thought that was pretty cool. They couldn't have had it as animated as it was in the cartoon. You know what I mean? So they had to try to make it futuristic, and so I think they executed that pretty well.
I think they did a good job. If you actually look at the comic book version of Crane, they nailed it.
Yeah.
That's the way the comic book version of Crane looks. So, like the Mirage comics of the current run.
I was gonna ask you whether it was Mirage or Archie.
Was Mirage. Mirage is the original company, and then they're back running it with IDW.
Yeah, but didn't Archie do one?
Archie did The Adventures of Turtles, which
okay.
Yeah.
But that was like the famous one from the 90s, I remember.
Yes. And well, Mirage was on it for a good part of the 90s, and then Archie took over, and then Mirage got it back, and it was a big fucking thing. Yeah. It's a lot. But anyway, if you actually look at the Crane from the comic book, I think it's the 3rd volume of the trades. You see Crane, it looks just like Crane.
Okay. Yeah, go check that out, guys.
Yeah. Then the thing about the Turtles I liked about this is just I think one thing that was a strong point of even in the first movie was the characteristics of the Turtles. They actually were the Turtles. You felt them that they were the Turtles, and they were joking. They were comic reliefs. They act like brothers. They fought like brothers, and that was a good thing about this movie.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, my favorite Ninja Turtles, and I've said this every cast, Donatello. I felt like they made him a little too geeky, a little too much. You know what I mean? Like, because Donatello is a smooth dude that's smart. You know what I mean? Like, they made him like he wasn't as funny. You know what I mean? Like, don't get me wrong, he had his moments, and he played well and fed off of everybody else. But like, they made him like very high tech.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, he was literally the brains of the operation.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Where in the cartoon back in the day, he was fun. He was still fun, but he sort of had like a little attributes of everybody. You know what I mean? a little bit.
From what I know of Donatello, he was always kind of more of the tech. He did have his moments, especially in the first original Turtle movies. He was kind of like buddy buddy with Mikey, and it was more funny.
Yeah.
But I thought they did a good job of him, as in he did everything, he made everything, he still had his hands on everything. But yeah, I could see the like a little too much. Like that's all how he talked and everything like that. He
Like,
didn't really
like
have,
even when he like wore glasses the whole time,
Yeah.
and and they're like opticals and little magnifying glasses and this and that. You know what I mean? It's just like
yeah,
it was just a little too much. They could have downgraded that a little bit more and made him more turtle-ish. You know what I mean? Instead of being like he was like Baxter Stockman.
yeah.
You know what I mean? So it was like they could have dumbed them down a little bit, but still had the smarts to it.
So the way the movie starts, this is supposed to be like 2 years after everything has happened in New York City. The Shredder's defeated. I did speak about my problems within the last cast of Shredder, and how this movie kind of fucks up the whole thing. It's just the fact that one, we get a brand new Shredder that actually kind of looks badass when he's actually in the suit,
I'd
compared
rather
to the
this
one.
Shredder than the last Shredder.
Yeah, exactly.
It's
That's
just-
what I'm saying. The Shredder was good.
He was just too short. I just felt like he was a little too short, though. He should have been a little taller.
I think he was just surrounded by people taller than him. That's what made him look short. But yeah, this is supposed to be 2 years after the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles are formed by April O'Neil, that scientist Baxter Stockman is working on. Working for Shredder and plans to bust him out of prison, as Shredder is transported between prisons alongside Bebop and Rocksteady as human form. The Foot Clan attacks their convoy to get them, and then the Turtles come. This is the first appearance of the Turtles, and they are in their big ass garbage truck van ish thing, and there was a big fight scene. It was actually pretty cool.
Well, see, now, the reason why we know what is going on with Baxter Stockman is we have, April O'Neil being this investigative reporter,
Yeah.
which I don't ever recall her being in any genre of Ninja Turtles.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, she was, like, trying so hard to be more and, like, earn her stripes.
Yeah.
Megan Fox, she's just a pretty face. That's really it. She's not the greatest actress in the world. So,
No.
you know what you're going to get out of that. So, for her trying, I liked her little disguises and stuff like that, but what she did was, and this is where me and you come into play for this, because what ended up happening was Baxter Stockman went to go eat dinner and have a drink at Grand Central,
Yeah.
where she's undercover, and Donatello gave her this thing so that he can take whatever files is off of like his laptop or whatever it was that he was doing, so they can figure out what he was up to, because they had speculation. They were speculating whether or not he was good or not, or what, there was something going on.
Yeah.
And this scene specifically resonates with me the most, because I have such an epic story about it. Because for you listeners who don't know, me and the Merc with the mic, we work at Grand Central Terminal. So we do have the privilege of being able to sit and watch all the filmings of shows and movies that they have at Grand Central. So when they were filming this scene for a couple of days, we were there. And now during the scene, she she tries to get close to Baxter, and Baxter thinks that she wouldn't know who he is, and then she basically told him, "Oh my God, you're Baxter Stockman." Da da da. She like geeked out, you know what I mean? And then he thought that he was able to get some of that boom boom, and which didn't really work out in his favor. But he passed off the information to this guy, so she had to walk through the terminal and to get 100% of all the stuff. So while they were filming this, I was doing my Tommy bootlegger on the ground filming this. So when they were doing the Tyler Perry scene up on the balcony over where Cipriani is at Grand Central on the West Side Stairs, I was filming that. And then the next day was another scene where she walked across Grand Central. And you can go to my Instagram right now to a couple of years ago, and you'll see the footage that I have of this. So as this is being filmed, I'm filming it, and then I hear this somebody yell in the background, "Turn your fucking phone off! Stop filming!" And I turn around, I'm like, "Yo, shut the fuck up! This is my house. I'll do whatever I want." And then, somebody like elbowed me. He's like, "Yo, bro, you just fucking cursed out Michael Bay," which to
Which
me,
he deserves.
oh my god, he so deserved it, man. I didn't know, man, I didn't know what he looked like. I never cared what he looked like. You know what I mean? I just know that he was known for some badass movies in the '90s, and then in the 2000s, it just turned into, Transformers. You know what I mean? And the first Transformers was good, second was alright, and the rest were trash. So, I don't really have anything positive to say to this man, even if I did know who the hell he was.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That I was yelling at. But for me, that was just one of the greatest moments of my life. Basically telling Michael Bay to go fuck himself. Yeah. I'm gonna do what I want. But I just had to throw that out there because that was a part of the movie, which leads into where, why they were chasing after him and trying to figure out what they were doing, because it felt like Shredder was involved.
So going back to that scene, the foot soldiers were able to teleport Shredder, and in mid-teleportation, Crane grabs his ass.
Yeah, but
this
now,
is the first time.
Who's escorting him?
We don't need to talk about him.
Well, we have to.
Casey Jones. Casey Jones, the correction officer.
Yes, so we find out, Casey Jones is not the Casey Jones that we know growing up. You know what I mean? He's not that. Casey Jones was just this rogue vigilante who just wanted to go fuck people up.
Yeah.
Basically, that's
even the cartoon
what he was.
Even the cartoon didn't do a good job of Casey Jones. The best Casey Jones is the movie, the first movie.
Oh yeah, of course.
That's the only Casey Jones.
That's the only one that holds weight to me that I'm talking about. You know what I mean? But the thing is, I like Steve Amell playing as the Green Arrow.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Doesn't mean he's gonna be good at
the Green Arrow. I don't like the Green Arrow as Casey Jones, because he just acted just like him, like his little monotone voice and everything like that, trying to be funny, trying to be cute and shit like that. I did not like that.
Yeah.
So this whole scene, the scene itself is dope. I actually very much enjoyed the scene because you got Shredder like Hannibal Lecter, like Steve Buscemi in Con Air.
Yeah.
How he's all strapped up and you can't move and stuff like that. And they're talking shit to him, like, yo, the last flight, this is gonna be your last ride. You're going to get locked up forever.
Yeah.
And then sitting in the back is our characters who become Bebop and Rocksteady, and you got to see them interact. You know what I mean? So it's that whole scene was really cool. Really cool and really
it was
dope.
cool.
You know
Action packed.
Yeah, it definitely was. And then we got the first glimpse of the turtle van.
Yep. The turtle garbage truck van-ish thing.
Yeah, well,
it was a garbage truck.
It definitely was a garbage truck. It was like a street sweeper garbage truck.
I always found it funny how they all fit in there, and you see the big ass shells stuck in there.
Yeah. New York Sanitation must have been mad that they lost one of their trucks so bad.
This slowly tells you how much they steal shit.
Yeah, but then again, they had to steal things. It's not like they could go out and purchase it themselves.
I don't think they I don't think they purposely steal it. They just so happen to see it crash and we could do some work and get that to work.
Yeah, Donatello looked it up. But where did they get all this money for all the tech stuff? You know what I mean?
They get it from junkyards and shit.
Well, yeah, I get that, but maybe they online shop. You ever think that?
But whose credit card? April's?
Yeah, probably April's.
They probably stole the Falcons' credit card. I can see that.
I can see that too. That would actually been a funny thing. He looks at his account one day, why is there $10,000 missing? Oh, Donatello need a new thingamabobby. You know what I mean?
It just says random stuff from eBay. He bought $10,000 worth of circuit cubes and shit.
Why is there $500 worth of pizza?
No, that would be more than that.
But but they could have easily done it.
Yeah, I actually think that would have been a funny ass thing is that they had his because he had the gold, the key to the city. They gave him a platinum card and shit, like those diamond cards, and he stole.
He had to have been getting money from promotions and stuff like that.
Exactly.
And sponsorship.
So Mikey stealing the card would be great.
Because technically, that's not stealing from him. That's them owning up to their part. You know what I mean? So that could have been an interesting take if they actually did that. You know? But,
so a lot of this movie deals with the turtles pretty much wanting to be outside in the city, wanting to be thanked in the city, and things like that. Because it kind of goes in the beginning. You have like that Halloween parade and them walking in it and just feeling like they're part of something. And this is something kind of like pretty much what the story is telling, because a lot of the plot dealing with the mutagen and stuff like that is they found a source of mutagen that could turn them back to human and turn more people into mutants.
Yeah, Shredder, you know, Shredder goes through the portal.
Yeah.
And Baxter Stockman actually did that prematurely. He wasn't supposed to do that just yet, but he didn't really have a choice. He had to get Shredder out of there.
Yeah, and then he got stopped in the between because Krang stopped his stop your shit.
Exactly, because what happened was he found alien tech. You know what I mean? And that's what the tech did.
Yeah.
So Krang had control over where the portal went.
Yeah.
So, which was smart because he needed Shredder. You know what I mean? He needed him to go and find these other alien pieces so he can basically, the overall scheme is to bring the Pterodome.
The Technodrome.
The Technodrome, my bad. Yeah, I don't know why I said
Pterodome is, I think, Mad Max.
Mad Max. Yeah.
Thunderdome is WWE.
Yeah. But that was the main thing. So he needed all these components. So he got Shredder, and then convinced Shredder that, hey, you get these for me, and we'll rule the fucking world together.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's that. But now this is what pisses me off. Now we get this purple mutagen instead of green, right?
That's fine.
So
in the original cartoon, it was purple.
I don't recall that personally.
Yeah, it was purple. It was like a pinkish. It was a pinkish purple.
I always thought it was green.
It was green because of the movies, the first two movies, but in the cartoon it was purple. And then in the comic you wouldn't even know because it was black and white.
Yeah, well, you didn't even know that they had colors. You know what I mean?
Exactly. But in the cartoon it was pink.
Which I loved about that one movie, the one cartoon movie.
Charles
which
Forever.
go and check. Yeah, go and check that cast out, because that go watch that and listen to that cast, because that was probably one of the best things that I saw in a long time with the Turtles. But yeah, so that's basically the plot of what, you know what I mean. The Turtles, the thing is with the Turtles, they've in every rendition of the Turtles, they've always just wanted to be accepted.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like they always just wanted to be out. I think in the cartoons they were out more.
Yeah. But they had disguises. Yeah. They had stupid disguises and shit too. So they did try. But they even had those weird human face disguises. You remember those?
Yeah. I do remember that.
There was like some bald fat guy.
Yeah, the bald fat guy. Yeah. It's like Archie. It was like sort of like the Archie feel.
Yeah. So Shredder recruits Bebop, Rocksteady, and Stockman uses the Crane's mutagen to transform them into Bebop and Rocksteady. Well,
and what I hate so much about this scene, which I think Tyler Perry did an awesome job.
I thought he was good, Baxter Stockman. I would have liked to see it evolved more, but yeah, he did a good job.
Well, if we would have got another movie, I think that's what would have happened.
Yeah,
because
we would have got the
Stockman,
fly.
You know what I mean? They couldn't find him. But what pissed me off is that, hey, you know, they got this mutagen. He hands it to Baxter Stockman, and he puts it inside this container. And the container is perfectly built for draining mutagen out of fucking this container that he never knew that he was gonna get.
Yeah.
it pissed me off so bad, because like I'm a realistic person.
It's the convenience.
It's like he's like probably made that. He's like, just in case one type is gonna come, and I'm gonna be able to drain this so I can make this.
Oh, his hard work paid off in that one scene.
Well, he was a genius.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, and like I said, I think Tyler Perry did an amazing. Well, did a great job. I can't say amazing, but he didn't really get to utilize himself. But he seemed very sadistic.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like he seemed very out there. So, yeah.
So pretty much they had to go get these 3 things. One was in Brazil. There was a couple other things. One was in the city and one was somewhere else. Yeah, that's when they recruit Bebop and Rocksteady to go to Brazil. And they go into Brazil with a fucking tank.
Yeah.
Like the one thing I didn't care for was the how far they traveled and try to make sense of them all happening within a day or two.
Yeah, it was like a whole bunch of shit crammed in.
Yeah, so
like a couple days.
That's gonna be one thing that I'll spot out. Two, again, like the whole thing with Shredder. Shredder was pretty much someone's bitch in this movie. My big
but
thing,
at the same time, it would make a lot of sense for that to be. You know what I mean? Like,
it makes sense. That's kind of what Shredder was in the cartoon. The only time Shredder was dominant, the only time Shredder was really dominant was in the 2003 cartoon because Shredder didn't pluck and play. Other than that, the other ones, like he was kind of a bitch.
A little bitch, yeah.
But yeah. So one thing I brought up, and that was in the first movie, which this movie kind of fucked up, was the fact that like I said, Saxon should have been Shredder, and then this Shredder should have killed him in the end of the movie. It would have made more sense until
Shredder be a symbol instead of an actual person.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Or being
like anybody can yield to Shredder.
Or being a person, but him finding his armor, and then he sees how fucking he failed, and he took his armor back and kills the guy.
Because in the first movie, what's his face was more of the villain the entire time than Shredder ever was.
Yeah, he was, and I think that's what kind of hurt the first movie too, is the fact that there was no focal point villain, and I think he should have been the focal point of the villain.
And the way Shredder looked in the first movie was horrible, man.
Yeah.
So bad, but like this one, they dumbed it down more.
Yeah.
They made him more believable.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And they just played everybody like they were dumb. Like, yo, you had this old ass man playing a Rukusaki.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden you got this young dude. You know what I mean? It's like, bro, you're not fooling me. That's not happening.
So you have the first confrontation with Bebop and Rocksteady and the Turtles. I dug this scene. I thought it was actually pretty cool.
Every scene with Bebop and Rocksteady was cool.
Them and the fucking Harleys was great.
I thought
I just hated Casey Jones fighting them.
Yeah, like what I can't stand is Casey Jones. Like, I get with the help that's going on, like he's got the Falcon and fucking April O'Neil.
Yeah.
You know, obviously he's going to have to do the work, but he should have been trampled, bro. He should have got his ass whooped. You know what I mean? He was a cop who wanted to be a detective that played hockey.
Yeah.
That was really it.
Yeah.
There was nothing to him. He didn't have no background and shit. He wasn't like, you know what I mean? Like, the Casey Jones from the '89 movie, or whatever year it was, 1990. That was him. You know what I mean? Street brawler, fucking, you know, do whatever he had to do to win. You know what I mean? Like, that's the way I wanted him. Not no goody. Like, I just, it was so bad.
Yeah, I was disappointed with that one. I think he was the most disappointing thing of this movie, to be honest with you. Like, honestly,
I actually liked April O'Neil a lot better in this movie than I did the first.
Because she was in a focal point. I think her not being a focal point made her a bit more likable.
Yeah, well,
because she was not in every scene or had to be in every scene.
I wouldn't say likable. I would say I didn't mind. You know what I mean? Like it was okay. She was like background noise. She was a wall painting. You know what I mean? Like, just stand there and look cute, girl. That's it. That's all you're really known for anyway. You're never gonna get an Academy Award. So, and now she's dating Machine Gun Kelly, so she could go to hell too. Yeah. So. And she's not even really that good looking in person. I've seen her. I walked right next to her. You know what I mean? She's really not.
Yeah.
That's neither here nor there.
Yeah, but pretty much Bebop and Rocksteady, I think, stole the show for me. I actually was very happy with how they looked and just how they acted, and I actually think they picked the right people to play them. Like, I think they did a great job just bringing these characters to life, because we always wanted to see them in a live action movie, and we actually got to see it. And I thought they were hilarious. They made me laugh. They did a lot of stupid shit. The way they fought was great.
They were perfect. They were perfect.
They were great.
They were definitely one of the highest points of the movie.
Yeah. And then I think that's one thing this movie had. Like, their CGI characters were better than a lot of the live action characters.
Yeah, like you would look at them, like you could see their CGI, but like real life look like shit compared to them. You know,
Because
they
even
look cool.
Crane, the guy that talked Crane, I thought he was great. I thought he did a great job as Crane, and it was believable.
He looked
And
like chewed up Bubblicious.
yeah, I love the fact the machine punched him inside the stomach.
Yeah, just squished him in there.
Yeah, to get back inside and stuff like that. So those are a lot of little things I liked, and subtleties I liked about this movie. The
Well, I also liked with the turtles is like, you know, they're longing for acceptance to the point that mutagen had an opposite effect on mutants already, that they could turn them human.
Yeah.
So it's like, you know, with Raphael, who has in every single movie, he's the one that longs for it the most.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He just wants to be like accepted. Like, he was fighting it, and Leo being who he is, he's like, no. It's like, why would that even be an option? You know, we're turtles. This is who we are. Like, you need to accept what it is. You know what I mean? But also, I also liked how there was less Splinter too, because honestly, like, I don't really care for the look that Splinter had.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't think Tony Shalhoub sounded good as Splinter.
Yeah.
Personally, but I guess less is good.
Yeah, that's fine. I think
But
again the focal point were the turtles, and Dumb wanted to be human, especially in that scene with. I think that had the most dramatic scene with the turtles was when, like we were just talking about, the one that Donatello finds out what the mutagen could do, and Leo finding out, and it's like, no, don't tell the guys.
Yeah.
And then that whole scene, yeah, and then that whole scene, I actually thought it was strong. It was interesting. It was like, why would you hide it? And like, even if you're my brother and stuff like that, why are you hiding it? You should talk to us and see what we want to do. Exactly, and I like that. I liked that scene.
I like the scenes. Well, with them trying to fool Casey Jones.
Yeah.
With Splinter.
That was funny.
That was good.
I also like the fact that the Casey Jones thing. One thing about Casey Jones did something in a sewer was kind of like the first movie, is the fact that he was kind of claustrophobic.
Well, yeah, because he's this action-packed dude.
Yeah.
Supposedly, and then when you get stuck in a closed area, there ain't really room to go any place.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
I thought that was actually pretty cool. That was something that like a homage to the first movie, because Casey Jones did the same thing. He's like, "What you call me?"
I never even looked at another guy. You're claustrophobic. Oh man, Corey Feldman had the best Donatello voice, man. He really did.
I didn't mind the second one. I didn't mind it.
I didn't mind it either, but I was happy they brought him back for the third one, though. You know what I mean? Which I like the last movie, the first Michael Bay movie. It's sad to say that the third movie was better than that one.
Yeah.
It's sad. It's sad that with the technology of today, and the writing of today, and the history that we have of the Ninja Turtles, that it's still very hard for people to make a good movie. You know what I mean? Like this one wasn't bad. You know what I mean?
It wasn't.
It was a lot better. You know what I mean? Like there was fun scenes. They felt more, like you said in the beginning of the cast, they felt more like the Turtles in this.
Yeah.
Than in the first one. Like the first one was forced.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I love the plane scene jumping out. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, that was cool.
That was also seen, and also showed that, as much of a tough guy as Raphael is, a lot of it is a front, because he can't really handle his own shit. You know what I mean? Like,
there's things that even throughout the series and stuff like that, those are things that he feared, that they always played on, because he always this tough guy, this macho guy, and then there's always something that he's afraid of, that he goes crazy when he's afraid of it. Like 2012.
In the first one, his the whole Splinter thing.
Yeah. He was emotional to his father, but like in 2012, the cartoon series, he was scared of spiders. He was scared of spiders and things like that. So it always kind of fucked with him, because he's supposed to be the tough guy of the series and shit. I did like Raph in the movies. Like, I actually liked the guy that voiced him. I thought he was fine. I liked his characteristics. It was more It was more of a now kind of take on him. Mikey was great. Mikey had his great one-liners, and I think his one-liners were like perfect timing within he did it. And I always thought he was funny.
Noel's a good actor.
No, I know that. I 100% know he's a good actor, but like his lines were like a hit, like especially when it's supposed to be a serious scene. When he had something to say, it was always still kind of funny.
It's crazy to watch the show Shameless and see him playing Mickey Malkovich.
Yeah.
So whatever his last name is, which he plays this brute, badass, fucking thug guy who just so happens to be homosexual.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then hear his voice in that, to hear him as Michelangelo, it's two completely different things. Like his range.
Yeah.
Was very well. Like that proved to me when I found out that he was the voice. I was like, wow, like this guy, you know, he can do things. He's actually an actor.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I thought he was awesome. And you know, I would have liked to see Johnny Knoxville come back and play Leo because I thought he did good the first movie.
Yeah, he wasn't that bad, but I understand. Like he was like, all right. And then at least the guy that did the motion sensor shit, at least he got the credit for it this time.
Yeah. No, I feel you.
He wasn't bad. This took us to the crane and the turtles fight. That was actually an interesting scene.
Well, this whole time of what's happening, the Technodrome is coming in.
And it actually looked like the Technodrome. I actually was happy the way it looked.
Yeah, I thought the whole thing, and the best part about it is like, yo, Shredder got played.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, he's like, fuck you, get out of here. You know what I mean? Smacked him around real quick.
He knocked him. He died.
Yeah. Well, we don't know if he's dead or not, but
he fell a long way.
Well, he could have landed on one of those pieces.
He probably could, or just fell.
Well, that would have been a horrible way for Shredder to go.
Right.
Because Shredder's supposed to be this big badass, like probably one of the most recognizable villains in pop culture.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like he's up there.
Yeah.
With like, I don't think his impact is as crazy as a couple of names that I could drop like Darth Vader and shit like that. But he has a recognizable face, and Uncle Phil, James Avery, has probably that iconic voice for him.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So it's like, it was awesome. So like, if that was the way that he went out, then it was horrible. I don't ever want to watch another Michael Bay movie again. And then I'll tell him to go fuck himself again. You know what I mean?
But yeah, I actually thought that scene was cool and how they did it. They pretty much did a whole teamwork thing against Crane. But I actually liked the way the Crane moved because the body was so robotic. Like they did the whole like Zangief arm spin kind of shit.
Yeah.
It was cool. It was a good scene.
It was definitely fun. I just didn't like how they actually beat them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, like, Casey Jones and all them, they went to go turn the transmitter off for the portal, and they just hit it with the hockey stick.
Yeah, with a pop.
It was so dumb.
Yeah.
It was so stupid.
I hated the fight scene. I hated how Bebop and Rocksteady went. Is the fact that they fought Stephen Amell on rollerblades, and that just pissed me off.
Anything with Stephen Amell was so bad.
Yeah, I was just angry about it. But and then we go to the ending, and the Turtles get accepted. They get the keys to the city.
Yeah, but they and they gave them the option to stay out. You know what I mean? Like, yo, now you can live amongst us and be accepted. They're like, no, fuck you, yo, we're turtles. You know what I mean? But yo, what I loved was that one scene where the pizza guy was just waiting.
Yeah, that's
as they were flipping through the city. Just he just held the pizza up and grabbed the money real quick. I thought that was awesome.
Kevin Eastman.
Yeah, no, I remember our first attempt.
Yeah.
At this cast.
Yeah, it was Kevin Eastman, and they were like, "See you later, Kevin."
Yeah, no, that was cool. It's always good to see the creators get. I mean, Laird wasn't in it.
But he had more of a hand in the script this time in the second movie.
Yeah, that's probably why it was better.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's not great, but it's better.
Yep.
You know what I mean? I'm interested to see what Seth Rogen wants to do, because he like I remember him recently saying like he wants to do like a completely different take on the Ninja Turtles.
Well, from what I know so far, it is going to be a CGI movie. It's not going to be a live action.
It's going to be darker though, right?
I think it's going to go, if you watch the 2003 or the 2012 series, it's going to be in that likes of that. It's going to be comedic, but it also have its dark tones.
I just, yo, man, like, why can't the Henson Company, just make more suits for these people, man? You know what I mean? Like, just, yo, come on, man. Like, still to this moment in time, you tell me the first two movies didn't look awesome. I mean, obviously the first one more than the second.
Yeah.
But, like, we could pull that off. We can make that happen.
Yeah.
Like, they just, I think it would be cheaper.
No.
To make a couple of outfits.
Those shits are expensive.
I understand that, but you know how much CGI costs, man? That's millions and millions of dollars.
Well, as in how CGI works now is not as expensive as in the creation of that suit. I remember that was like almost half the budget of the fucking movie.
Wow. That's crazy.
Yeah, well, it is crazy to think about. Like, the budget of that movie, the 4 suits were like, shit, that's like about half our budget. God damn it. Now hire a bunch of these no-names. Sam Rockwell being a no-name in that movie.
It's all Splinter's fault.
It's all Splinter's fault.
Splinter had to have real hair. Real bare hair.
We had to get it from the top horse to get the hair.
Like, this has to be fine Colorado Tuscan hair.
Oh, man. So,
the finest of hair.
So overall, the movie, I think we enjoyed it. It was a fun movie compared to the first one. The first one was kind of bad. What?
There was just so much bad shit in the first one and then they played us like we're stupid in this one, and like, oh, don't worry, we're gonna fix we're gonna fix certain problems and make it seem like that didn't happen.
Yeah. So, what number you would give this movie? 1 to 5.
I don't know. 3 or 3.2.
3.32?
Yeah, 3.3 maybe.
I give it a 3.
Yeah, I mean it's good enough. You know what I mean? It's like it's not a crap movie, but it's not the greatest movie ever. You know what I mean? It's like, obviously the first one will go down hands down as the best Turtles movie ever.
Yeah, to this day, yeah.
And it still holds weight, and it's still as iconic, and still you could pop that in right now in any form of any way that you can watch it, and it's still badass. It looks badass. You know what I mean?
And it's funny as hell.
There's the only thing that's really dated with the movie is maybe the background stuff.
The funny thing, what I had a discussion with, I think maybe with you or some other people, with Mike, our producer of the Recycling Link. I was telling him, like, if you actually really look at the first Turtle movies, it would never come out now. If they gave him that cut, if they gave him the original cut to a movie to come out now in theaters as a PG movie, that would never happen.
Well, I don't know. It could.
Just that warehouse scene alone, they would have to cut.
What, with the kids smoking cigarettes and drinking beers and shit like that?
You cannot do that in a movie unless you're rated R.
Shredder beating up kids.
Yeah.
Tatsu fucking kids up.
Yeah, like I don't think you could do that without having to cut a lot of that movie off.
Well, I mean, there were, look at all those iconic movies where kids were badasses, like Outsiders and like Goonies and stuff like that.
What date that came out?
Back in the 80s.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? 80s was the greatest generation of movies.
But then again, you have to think about the guidelines now to the 80s. Goonies will probably not be a PG movie. It would be a PG-13 to rated R movie with a lot of things they've shown. It's a hard thing. Like, the rating system changes. The Turtles' first movie, especially that warehouse scene, I think that would have got a rated R. Just the fact that the kids are smoking, the kids are drinking, the kids are fucking buying cigarettes and things like that. Shredder beating the kids. Tatsu beating the kids. The Runaway.
I mean, there was no cursing, there was no nudity, and that's what defined back in the day
But
to be rated R. You know what I mean? It was
you
mostly
had-
you literally had to be almost softcore porn for it to be rated R back in the day. And like
but now
blood,
you would
guts,
have
and
been rated
murder.
R.
Like blood, guts, and murder really defined what rated R was back in the day. So.
Yeah, now like it's cigarettes. If you're smoking a cigarette in one scene, you're rated R.
Well, you know, they didn't care about animal abuse. They
No,
beat
they
the
did not.
Tatsu beat the shit out of fucking Splinter.
Where's Peter at? Swear to God, his
dirty
ass is
rat!
whooped.
You killed my brother! You dirty rat! Ooh.
Yo, I give the Outer Shadows a 3. I want to spot it out to you. So NECA's making a prop pack that has like 4 new heads of them laughing. It has the skateboard. It has a pizza thing. And I'm looking at it, and the only thing that's caught my eye, and I'm like, damn, I gotta buy this now, is the bag of pork rinds.
Pork rind? Pork rind.
Yo, that's the only thing that sold me on that fucking pack. And now I gotta pre-order it this week. And it's just like,
that's actually pretty funny.
yeah, it's the bag of pork rinds. I was like, damn it, I gotta get that now. My only thing I wish it was like you could change the TV screen and put the cartoon that Mikey was watching.
Yeah.
If I could do that, that would have been fucking amazing.
The tortoise in the hair.
Yeah, Ninja kicked the damn rabbit.
It's probably one of the most iconic lines in movie history.
It's one of my favorites. And
I know it.
Pizza
I know
Dude
it is,
got
man.
30 seconds.
Well, yeah. Forgiveness is divine, but never pay full price for late pizza.
And I still go by that to this day.
Well, I mean,
Motherfuckers won't get tipped. The later they
shit.
come, then they go.
Shit happens sometimes. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So we'll keep this short, sharp and simple.
Yeah.
So this is the Ahhh Shop podcast for Out of the Shadows. I'm Mark the Mike. That's Tenacious T. Follow us on all social medias. Follow us on Instagram, Tumblr, Twitter, SoundCloud, YouTube, and Twitch TV. All Mark the Mike. Follow Red Cycle Inc. on all the same things. All Red Cycle Inc. Follow Tenacious T and Game On. Go ahead, let them know.
Yeah, follow me out on Twitter at TenaciousTRC Inc. You can also follow me on my personal Instagram page, T_DA_tots.
That's where he gets personal to you.
Yep. Or you can just come to
Yeah.
Grand Central and bullshit with me all day. You know what I mean? Just wear a mask. Also, always a big shout out to Game On, a retro video game store based out of 2 locations out in Long Island, one in Smithtown, one in Miller Place, specializing in all your retro video game needs and dibbling and dabbling in nowadays, generations of gaming consoles, but mostly old school, all your fun-loving stuff. Shouts out to Tristan. Always a pleasure to talk and be a part of the community, because that man is a godsend in my eyes. Shouts out to the Max. Always an avid listener of ours. Shouts out to him. Shouts out to Sal the Drunk Yeti.
He is the Yeti Time now on Twitch TV.
The Yeti Time.
Yeti Time.
Oh man, all the time of him not going to work. At least he changed his name, right?
Yeah, it's Yeti Time. So the MGA don't follow him. Oh man, I'll put up his link below on this cast so you guys can check it out.
I'd
Also,
like to give a quick special shout out to Anthony Barbershop, located out on Rocky Point, New York, on Long Island. I was just there today. This man has. Just think of going into a barbershop and you walking in to just a treasure trove of like, say, American pickers when it comes to toys. It's just wall-to-wall toys of Star Wars, Ninja Turtles, comic books, everything. Like, the place is amazing. I went there and got my hair cut today and bought some stuff and had some stuff put to the side. I told Anthony that I would start dropping his name down in our podcast.
Yep. Tell him to listen too. So this is the Ahhh Shock. Stay tuned. We are going to be doing next is Batman versus Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Which I'm very excited for because I only read the comic.
All right, cool. So the cartoon
which was
good.
a 5. It was like a 5-part series, right?
I think it's on HBO Max.
Okay. Well, I own all 5 of them, so.
Well, the animated movie. It's on HBO Max.
I gotta check that out because that will be our next cast. So
yeah, that'll be our next cast for Shell Shock, and then we'll be doing our special cast on the concert, which I'm excited. And hopefully we could I'm talking to Mike now, and so hopefully we could sample some of the songs on the cast. Probably only 30 seconds of it, but
Pizza Power.
Yes, that has to open the cast. That has to open it.
And whatever, it's just we cannot have that stupid stone skipping song from.
That's gonna end it.
That's gonna end it.
That's gonna end it.
That'll put you to sleep.
That'll put you in the mood. With Ballad by Splinter.
Oh God. So much fond memories as a child watching that.
Shell Shock, we are doing a lot for our. We're gonna be having a lot of casts going. So basically, just stay and listen and let us know what you like. Let us know what you don't like, and follow everything we do. We're planning to do the cartoons. We're planning to do the comics. We're planning to do toy reviews and all. I actually have some videos of me doing some of the unboxings of the NECA Turtles and everything like that. So I actually have those in point that I'm actually going to do some voiceovers on it. And we could actually have a toy review on the Mark with the Mike YouTube channel. So stay tuned for that.
Look at these toys that I am not allowed to play with.
Exactly. And then shout out to NECA, because NECA's been kicking ass with those fucking things and making me fucking broke.
Yeah, well, shouts out to them, but, fuck them at the same time. That's not producing enough for everybody to fucking get their own and taking money for double products when they're only allowed to ship one. So, fuck them at the same exact time, too. There's endless amounts of Jason Voorhees and Freddy Kruegers and Aliens and Predators, but when it comes to Ninja Turtles, we can't get a damn thing. So
so
I go to Target twice a week, man, twice a fucking week.
You wasting my gas money, motherfucker.
Bro, I go to 4 Targets twice a week, bro.
Yeah.
Come on, help me out. Hold me down.
We're gonna fight, yes.
I know. Mr. NECA's about to get punched in the dick.
And then we're gonna steal your toys, and then we're gonna hope you make more.
I'm gonna steal the patents.
Yeah. Peace out, laters, and always remember, fuck Zordon.
Fuck Zordon.
Yeah, I started adding that into the I guess by that I swear in the wrestling babble, and he just burst out laughing when I said that because we were saying fuck Michael Cole, and I was like, yeah, fuck Zordon too.
Fuck Zordon.
Yeah, he's gonna be.
He's forever in everything that we do.
Yes, and follow the Jinkies. Follow the Jinkies.
Yes.
With sandwiches that he's not allowed to eat, and 6 feet away.
Eat it in front